All right. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 6 of Final Fantasy 16 playthrough. Okay, so last time we left a little bit on a cliffhanger. We met up with our old friends, the Phoenix Knights, or whatever they're called. And we're about to, we're about to assault an Imperial Inquisitors, basically. I think they're called the Black Shields or something like that. I think they're under the direct direction of our mom, who apparently is now the Empress of the Empire. I don't know what her deal is. I don't know why she hates magic users so much. But we're gonna go deal with her lackeys. I'm telling you right now, man, this game is really nice. This game is really fun. It's a lot more streamlined compared to like other Final Fantasies. I still feel like it could use a little bit more polish, like the whole concept of what they're trying to achieve here. But they did a pretty good job for their first try, not gonna lie.
What is your plan?
I think they're trying to go for more like a Devil May Cry sort of
Jill and I make for Buett Bridge
gameplay.
And provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills.
Oh yeah.
This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
You were still gonna try anyways.
What was your plan? You haven't changed a bit.
So wait. The bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
I gotta head over to the veggie store. Give me some more veggies.
Thank you.
Being serious, I'm running low on tomatoes.
Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Oh yeah. Priorities quest. Oh yeah. Throughput, the main snare of Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Let's do this, boys.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind.
Jesus.
Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
I'm getting a little hitching here. What the heck is going on here?
Sideways. How was the Black Shield?
Come along now.
Bastards are lucky.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
They do have pretty cool armor.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us
Come on
that
then.
a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come!
These dudes are pretty cocky.
Die along with your flame!
All right, mate.
Forest area! Forest area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for.
I needed that.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Easy.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point,
That what, bro?
that this land is in dire need of cleansing.
You're right.
So Wade,
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
That dude took shots. I said, looks like I win again. Using craft.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked.
We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
Word. Word.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Nah, F that.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians.
Dude,
Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I've got like 8 of those things, bro. I got like 8 of these freaking seals, bro.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
What does his uncle look like? Does his uncle look like his
Right,
dad?
I guess my uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him, and means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit.
Yeah, it does look like his dad. I guess they would be brothers, right? So they would look similar.
Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue!
Okay.
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to her serene holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod.
What?
Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Look at that Curl back there. Yo.
Bravo, uncle.
Do I get to hunt one of
Still
those?
the finest
Oh
Meadow
yeah, we
defense.
unlocked a bounty board.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her
Nah,
place.
I would argue she was always the monster, bro.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So
So you believe us then? About everything?
what the heck was
Believe
that?
you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
What the heck?
The one
Oh, I'm
thing I
sorry. His
cannot
one
believe
fault is he doesn't
is all
lie.
this
Oh, my
about
bad, bro.
you being Sid. You were always such a good boy.
His face does
Now
look
you're
weird, doesn't it? It's like a little off,
outlaw.
like a bit. Sometimes his eyes look all
Which, if
bugged
I'm
out
not
too.
mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass.
Let's go, Unc.
This
Yo,
will
let's
be
go,
fun.
Unc.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Why did they call it the boiling sea?
Something on your mind?
Is there only one continent on this planet? At the one they're on?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice.
She might have a little bit of PTSD.
Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could.
Oof. Oof.
And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's.
Trauma. She's a child rebel soldier.
I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it
How many
caused.
battles do you think she fought? Like, because the entire time Clive was a mercenary for the Empire. Well, I wouldn't say mercenary, but sort of like
Before I knew it.
serving the Empire. She was also serving the Iron Kingdoms, right? Killing people?
Anything at all.
It's insane.
I had become a monster.
You did what you had to do, girl. You did what you had to do. It's either that or they start killing your friends, so...
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Well, I mean... Weren't you fighting soldiers, Jill?
Promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Huh.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Side quest time.
I didn't take you for a scholarly van.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Huh.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
Isn't sweetmeats? Isn't that intestine? Right?
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Okay.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
It's one of those plant monsters.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
I have to go back to Martha's.
How did we never hear about these guardians of the flame?
There are new billets being posted every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. That normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
Fine. If you think it will help.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. I'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge.
All right.
Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board? It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Mind you, Kupo, I'm the mightiest of all Moogles. No fiend. So I need you to slay them all, Kupo. Okay.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can.
There we go, Clive.
I can try.
There we go. I'm your Moogle. angel of death, a traitor coming from the way of Kara Norvent. Met with a troop of curse-breakers traveling to the opposite direction and warned them of a wicked winged harpy on the road ahead. His eyes, wild and flickering through curse-breakers, saw nothing untoward on their own journey through their past. The sound of cackling laughter from the trees ensured they kept up the brisk... Okay. They got spooked. These two are C, this guy's B rank. Huh. Let's go talk to the blacksmith. Usually when it's a plus sign like that, that means they're adding something. So those are definitely a priority to grab, you know?
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
Where's the little boy?
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Yeah. You know, you're with bros.
I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit.
Damn.
Should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud.